Simpson. And Japan have gone absent without leave. This is Whitmore. Hall and Gale both available. It's still Whitmore. It is the Reggaeboyz who take the lead.
Ballchat. Greetings, football lovers. Happy Football Sunday to all of the football fans. Welcome to Ballchat Podcast. My name is Benton, one of your hosts along with the family. Come on, let's send a happy Football Sunday to all the Manchester United fans, especially Mr. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But come on, go on, family. How you doing?
Well, I'm there, I know. There, I watch the flex.
You don't have any further comment on the sacking of one Mr. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? Are you so calm?
It was expected. It was expected. So, I mean, like, it's not even a surprise.
It's not even a surprise. Why, football family, we'll see if Junior will join us. He's away this week on vacation. He said he might call in. If any boy talk bad about Manchester United, he will forward to defend his team. But football family, you know how we do it. Ballchat Podcast, all about reviewing some of the week's major news in the world of football. The week that was in the world of football. We'll discuss the sacking of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at Manchester United. As Camon said, it was expected. We'll talk about EPL. We'll take a final look also on match day 8 in CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers and the lay of the land, and discuss the one Mr. Tapper with more, because as far as we know, Tapper is still the man in charge in regarding to Jamaican football or the Jamaican men's national team. We'll big up Ballers and Bugs at the top of the show, and we'll wrap up the show with Yard Ballers. Football family, we want to implore you to subscribe, implore you to smash the like button and share with your friends and join the discussion. So football family, let's kick it off with Ballers of the Week, highlighting the impressive players of the week. Come on, who do you have as your ballers?
So for my baller, yes, I mean, like, Chelsea take care of business, of course. But let me not talk about Chelsea, although I want my shirt I represent today. Emmanuel Dennis of Watford. He had 2 goals, 1 assist in the mauling of Manchester United. I have to give it also to Klopp. I talk about this all the time. In the beginning of the season, the Liverpool fans were so worried that they would be, out of running for the championship. But Klopp has righted that ship. He is leading Liverpool to what is a competitive EPL season. So Klopp and Emmanuel Dennis get my ballers of the week.
Yeah, big up to Emmanuel Dennis and Watford as they beat the bricks off Manchester United. We'll discuss that in our EPL roundup. And the feisty Jurgen Klopp is getting ball of the week from Jurgen Klopp and Mikel Arteta almost got into it. At least they got into a verbal back and forth on the sideline of the Arsenal versus Liverpool game. My ballers of the week, football family, my ballers of the week is Dusan Vlahovic, striker for Fiorentina. This youth is a player, a big player. You know, Fiorentina is allegedly requesting £70 million for his transfer. He has scored 10 goals so far in 13 matches in Serie A. Look for this kid, Dusan Vlahovic. He's been exceptional for Fiorentina. He scored 2 goals yesterday as Fiorentina defeated AC Milan, big bad AC Milan 4-3. And I also want to give a ball of the week. Remember the name, Felix Afenagyan of Roma, of AS Roma, young kid, 17 years old. Jose Mourinho just put him on at the death in the Roma versus Genoa game. The kid came on, scored 2 goals at the death for Jose Mourinho and Roma. And imagine the celebration. He ran all the way to Jose, jumped into Jose Mourinho's arm. So it's always great to see young kids, the next generation of players coming forward. So Fena Jan gets my ball off the week for scoring 2 goals for Roma. And I also want to give a ball off the week to Washington Spirit. Yes, come on. At your side, you don't want to give them ballers of the week, but I will give them a ball of the week. Big ball of the week. Washington Spirit ladies teams for winning the NWSL, the National Women's Soccer League here in the States. So big up to them. Football family, if you have ballers and bugs, send them on. Come on, who do you have as your bug of the week, family? Unimpressive players.
It has to be the entire squad of Manchester United. Um, it's Watford. I mean, Watford is struggling at the bottom. They're looking more towards relegation than being in the top half of the Premier League. So for a big bad side like Manchester United with a whole bunch of England national team players and arguably the second best footballer in the world, for you to lose 4-1. And yes, Harry Maguire received a red card, but the game was downhill before that. So the entire Man U squad gets it. I have to give it to Harry Maguire. I ask the question all the time. How is it that Harry Maguire still commands all this money, is still the captain of the great bad Manchester United, and is also a staple in the English national team? I just don't understand how Fridge Maguire continues to be a professional footballer, because he's no good. I'm sorry, people. Arsenal and their fans have to get bugs. I understand that earlier in the season, Arsenal was in 12th place. So for them to be up now in the table is probably a good thing for Arsenal fans. But when you hear Arsenal fans are okay with a 4-0 whooping because AKA they played against a big side, I'm embarrassed for you, Arsenal. So you are also a big side. So for you to take this loss, it is just crazy for me. So Manchester United, Harry Maguire, Arsenal and their fans. Oh, and I forgot to give a shout out to Conte. I know Conte went into the locker room of Spurs at halftime and give Harry Maguire. The next this one? Harry Kane, Son, and Eric Dyer a box across them face, because the second half was a completely different squad under what we saw from the first half. So, Man U, Harry Maguire, Arsenal, and the fans. I know it's a lot, but hey.
No, it's fine. Junior is not here, so you can get as many bucks as you want. And Arsenal fans definitely, they put up a fight. Come on, that's why Arsenal fans, they didn't expect a feisty Arsenal. That's why the fans can walk away with their heads held high, right? Against Liverpool.
No, Arsenal is a big story club. You're not supposed to get 4-0 from a depleted Liverpool. That's what Liverpool fans are saying, that their squad is depleted, and Klopp introducing young players. You can't have the young players running the seasoned Arsenal footballers ragged. It's madness. So no, them for have like a shame and like a pride.
Them for have like a shame and like a pride. Alright, my bugs of the week. Come on, seems to have gotten all the bugs out of the way, but I want to emphasize the bug to the Manchester United players. Bruno Fernandes, bug of the week. And the reason why, at the post-match interaction with the crowd yesterday, Bruno Fernandes, we're going to call out a few bugs at Manchester United, just going to call them one at a time. At the post-match interaction with the crowd, Bruno Fernandes went over to the fans along with Coach Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, former coach Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and they were applauding the traveling fans. The fans seems to responded negatively to Ole, and Bruno Fernandes is then looked like he's cajoling the fans or telling the fans not to blame Ole, it's to blame them, the players. So brother, if the fans not blame the coach and they should blame you guys, the players, why didn't the players play better? And so to that end, Bruno Fernandes saying that the fans should blame the players, but yet the players don't play well, i.e. Bruno Fernandes and his friends at Manchester United. So they get the bug of the week. It's just absolutely baffling the way they turn up. I know it was an international break. I know some of these players traveled a lot. But the way they turn up and the effort was really pedestrian at best against a very feisty Watford team. So Bruno Fernandes and Manchester United players got bug of the week for me. It's going to get bug of the week for me. And another bug of the week, Brendan Rodgers and Leicester City. Come on. Chelsea, I mean, this game wasn't even competitive. From halftime the game was over, 39 minutes or so, it was a wash. Brendan Rodgers, we expect better. Expect totally better. You had Kelechi Iheanacho on the bench. You had Madison on the bench. Why is it that Amarty and Johnny Evans are in that defense? I have no idea what's going on at Leicester City. So Brandon Rodgers and Leicester City get my bug of the week. Big bugs of the week. Unacceptable display from
But you know,
Leicester
realize
City.
beside them play Benson, I want you.
Yeah, but come on. I know you've said you can't put your pot on fire because, because of Leicester City and depend on Leicester City. But you expect a little bit more competition. I understand that Yuri Tillemans was out, but didn't you expect a little bit more competition?
Yeah, we expect a little bit more fight. And what it really showed us was that Chelsea getting the goals from other areas other than strikers. So
Yeah.
I think that should be worrisome for some teams. Well, hey,
Imagine Conte walk through that Leicester midfield and score a big goal. What is that? N'Golo Conte. I mean, he's a fantastic player, but he's not a goal scorer.
Hey, we'll take them anywhere we get them.
So Leicester City get my bug of the week, and of course Manchester United players, but they're an easy target. Football family, if you have ballers and bugs, send them on. Remember to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel and share, family, share. Let's get to our EPL roundup and kick it off with the news, of course, with Ole. Ole waving to the fans yesterday, and he's officially out, as we all know by now. Come on, what went wrong? I mean, in a post-match, getting the axe interview with ManchesterUnited.com, Ole got very emotional. He said hopefully he left this place better than he saw it.
You know what? I don't feel sorry for the Glazer family and the foolishness and Ed and everybody who was involved in getting Ole that permanent position. Ole was given the role, was moved from interim to permanent caretaker on emotions, right? If you look at it, Ole should have never been Manchester United's coach, but because he's a club legend, same thing them do with Frank Lampard. That's why he got the job. He was over his head last year, so we knew this was coming. And I think maybe if Manchester United had gotten 4-1 from a Chelsea or a Liverpool, he may have lived to see another day. But it was Watford who is facing relegation. And not only that, too, it's not even the loss, it's how they lost. Watford had 20 shots on goal compared to Manchester United's 9. And 7 shots on target versus 3. Even though Man U had more possession, they were outplayed by Watford. And I mean, I think that was the straw that kind of broke the camel's back. It's embarrassing to lose. So Watford is embarrassing to lose. But I guess it's who you lose to. Because even though Arsenal lost 4-0 to Liverpool, you don't hear the backlash, or Arteta out as you heard about Ole being out. So, as I said, he should never have been the manager for Man U. It was an emotion. It wasn't a smart decision. And this is what you're seeing. When you don't put any thought in it, this is what you get. Are we surprised? No, because I think Man U did not fix the problem. I think what they did was put band-aids over a gunshot wound. They brought in Cristiano Ronaldo thinking that they could glaze over the issues that Manchester United was having. But, even Ronaldo yesterday, he was walking and shaking his head. And I thought if I read his lips, he was probably saying, what the hell did I get myself into? But he was not the right person for the job. And I think if they want to fix the issues, they need to get a caretaker who is smart and realize that you can't have Martial because he's non-effective. And there are a couple other players that he needs to get rid of. There's no way on earth Harry Maguire should be in my starting lineup, even having terrible back-to-back games. And he won't be in the next game, come have a red card.
Yeah.
But so Man U really needs to go there and get a good coach.
So looking at the percentages and the records of the manager since Sir Alex Ferguson, of course, Sir Alex Ferguson left, is, I mean, club legend, just legend all over in football circles. Definitely one of the big pantheons in this space. But looking at the managers that have succeeded, Alex Ferguson at Manchester United, you have Moyes, Giggs, Van Gaal, Mourinho, and Solskjaer. And the Solskjaer won 54% of the game, Mourinho won 58%, Van Gaal 52%. Giggs 50% and Moyes 52, or we can round it up to 53%. Yes, the writing was on the wall. What structurally you think is wrong with Manchester United? Why with so many heavyweights? I mean, in terms of coach, Van Gaal, Luis Van Gaal, and Mourinho, and Moyes was the chosen one, but they couldn't get it right at this club. Is it just Alex Ferguson is too big of a name to follow?
First of all, we had Fergie time, so let us not evil.
Regardless of Fergie time or not, it's legendary. So I'm not gonna play Manchester United fans, but I'm not gonna defend the one.
Let us not forget the Fergie time. Let us not forget the Howard Webb relationship. Let us not forget those things.
No, Manchester United fans, I'm not gonna make them talk there. All right, I am not a Manchester United fan. Come on. Just leave Fergie alone, all right? The legendary Fergie alone.
I think there are too many individuals on the pitch. It's not a team thing. If you realize Manchester United, they're not in sync. Like, you watch some teams and some players know where somebody is going to be, who is going to make the runs, somebody defend when I step. You don't see those things. You don't see Shaw and Maguire in sync. I am sorry. You bring in Varane, he was injured. You bring in Ronaldo, he's not getting the service or he's not getting involved. And Rashford looked really uninterested. So I really don't understand, if they're thinking that bringing players in will individual players in will actually fix it. But I think it's not a team that we're seeing. We're seeing individuals play.
Yeah, so Ole won a single game from his last 7 EPL games, and of course the only victory in that tenure in that run was against Spurs. So it's not unusual that he's got the sack. I think based on all accounts, it seems like he's a wonderful guy. He's a nice person, but this is just too much for him. This is too much of a big thing for him. Michael Carrick is now the next caretaker or interim manager, as Manchester United will appoint him on the short-term basis as they look for another interim. Do you expect things to really change? Michael Carrick being a part of Ole's staff and some would say stood by and watched the foolishness that occurred during the Ole years. Or during
listen, talk to me again after Chelsea beat them next week. It's like, as I said, I keep saying Band-Aid over gunshot wound. I was like, and it's the thing that we don't understand. So there is no Ole has been a failure, right? We expected, not me, I'm not a Manchester United fan, but we out here looking, we expected Ole to lose his job weeks ago, if not months ago. So for Manchester United, the brass, to not have coaches lined up, to not have candidates lined up. You're talking about you want this person come out and say, I don't want to coach Manu. You want this person say, I already have a job, I have a contract, I don't want to leave. Then you move on. There's so many coaches out there that they should have in the pipeline. So when you ask Ole today, you have a good coach to step in place so that you continue with the transition. Yes, Carrick is there. He was, he saw what, but do we want a repeat of what Ole was doing?
Yeah.
Or do we want something different? You see what I'm saying? So I just believe that Manu, they're in a state of disarray. They should have somebody lined up to come in because Ole wasn't going to last. If it's not this week, it would have been next week when Chelsea popped them cherry. So I just don't understand what is this interim foolishness. And I hope they don't, you know what? Me a fall. No, me I watch them a fall. So let them do whatever they want though. I see them next week.
Mark Ogden of ESPN, big up Mark Ogden. Mark Ogden said, quote, Manchester United started assessing options seriously after the Liverpool defeat, so to be unable to identify an interim, let alone a manager in over a month, is remarkable development, end quote. So, them know a long time say, only I go get the boot, but this idea of who do they bring in, something in the back room on the administrative staff at Manchester United is not right. Whether it's, I know Woodward is on his last leg, he's on his way out, but something is definitely clearly not right at Manchester United. And even Michael Owen, from, of course, maybe this is not the man that they want to chime in. Liverpool great Michael Owen tweeted, says, quote, it has to be the worst possible time for Man United to be looking for a new manager. Early in the season, with hardly any top managers available. The only obvious one available is Zidane, but the language barrier is surely a huge issue. An interim manager looks likely. Again, end quote. So, come on, it comes like an interim. I mean, Michael Carrick will take charge against Villarreal. We'll talk about that in Champions League coming up. But let's see how long he may, audition for the permanent role.
I think the best person would have been Zidane, but Zidane says he does not speak English and his wife does not want to live in wet, dreary, dark, miserable Manchester. So if the wife said no, it's a no. It's a done deal because happy wife, happy life.
Yes, Zidane need to run him yard, You see, from when football players, I tell them same need to run him yard, but that's a whole other thing. They asked Luis Enrique about him being one of the contenders for the Manchester United job. He asked,
the man wonder if it's April's Fool's.
He wonder if it's April's Fool's there.
I just don't know. I am surprised they did not bring back Sir Alex. The way how the place is in topsy-turvy. And a matter of fact, probably all him the behind character now him can. All them have only as him little puppet. But it is just mind-boggling that they did not have somebody lined up. Yes, the ones that you want, either they don't want the job. And look where Manchester United has fallen to. People are saying, I don't want the job. At this point, I'm not going for Nuno. At this point, I'm not going to draw for Nuno because, it could have all the list and it's Nuno down here at number 11. Gone are the days where people would sell, not to sell them wife, but, jump over people to do like what a Shavi do, pay him exit fee, just to join a club. I do what Danny Alves do, a play for £1 or €1, right? Gone are the days where people want to coach Manchester United because it is such in disarray, and it shouldn't be because they spend the most money in the transfer market and they have storied players, right? So for them to be looking this way, it is just crazy. Now, Raldo is saying that Nuno is a very good option. Listen to me, Raldo will get 4-0 yesterday from Liverpool. I realize that you're probably a little bit tipsy from drinking and crying yesterday, but Nuno to Manchester United would be a bad idea. The fans them with a riot. Me, as a Chelsea fan with a riot. Makes no sense.
I mean, you have to give whoever is the manager that comes in, they have to get time, right? Whether it's, I don't think this job is too big for a Nuno. I mean, I think this is too big of a job for him. This is still Manchester United, the empire. Go out and get the best manager that money can buy. There are wonderful managers out there. Go out and get one of them and get this thing sorted out. Get Juan Mata off the books. Get Phil Jones off the books. Get Matic off the book. Go out and get the best manager available.
Now I forgot to say Mata to that. And the fact that, it's just never ready. I mean, one boy come on yesterday and scored his goal. And he was so lively in the game that you're wondering, is he sleepwalking in training, in practice?
You're talking about Donny Van der Beek.
Yeah, Danny, come on, and he was excellent at Ajax. He was so lively. He came on and he was like a breath of fresh air on the pitch. And you're sitting down there wondering, okay, him don't like him must sleep with him daughter or him wife. Is he just a training coon in training? Why can't this player see the pitch? And you have one on the pitch where I walk. And listen, I don't know if it's Luke Shaw original weight we're looking at, but Luke Shaw is fat. And yesterday you saw he was cut out of position so many times because Watford had him on the ropes. They ran him rugged. And I keep saying it every time as fans, we watch Harry, we're like, oh my God, Harry must be a beast in training where he must sweep everybody's foot. Why is it that he's consistently in Manchester United's back line? Because Watford had him like a gig. I mean, it was like a joke yesterday. So I just don't see. Maybe it was time for maybe Ole was not maybe Ole was out of his depth. He had the players, and I think it was like Barcelona where when you had Messi and you had Dani Alves and Xavi, all you were needed as a coach is to do the X's and O's and put out the starting 11. Because I don't see what Ole was doing that was spectacular. His tactics came into question every week. His lineup came into question too. His management came into. So now we're wondering, is Carrick going to be Ole 2.0? Did he have some ideas in the back of his head where Ole wasn't listening to? Is he going to bring something new? So I expect to see it, and I wish them a great turnaround, but not next week when they play Chelsea.
Big up to Deal says Rodri and Claudio Ranieri. And I guess those are his ballers of the week. All right, let's pivot away from Manchester United. Good luck to Ole and good luck to all the fans of the Empire. Big up family running in. I see you. Go ahead and smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. Let's take a look at the EPL scores. The big game, of course, was Liverpool versus Arsenal. And the Arsenal fans them that I know said, yo, they got kick up, but they like the effort. They like the feistiness of the manager on the sideline. They had a couple chances. I mean, it's just a different animal right now. Arsenal versus Liverpool. It's, Liverpool is just not on another level.
First of all, Arsenal fans who say so on a word list, on an ambition. Because I see people tell me I can't curse Chelsea when Chelsea win by putting a bad performance. Arsenal had 5 shots to Liverpool's 19 shots. What kind of effort you talk about?
Yeah, but you play a big side. Come on. Liverpool is a big side. Come on. Is Liverpool relative to Arsenal? Is Liverpool not a big side?
Listen, all the fun that we make of Arsenal have good players as well. That they have, we want to say they're world class, but Arsenal have a good little team. And Arteta isn't a bad coach. Let us be a little bit honest. We rip them all the time, but facts is facts. Don't matter about big side. We see Brighton, we see Wolves, what the side. Take it to these big sides. I expect Arsenal to take it to a Liverpool. As my friend Eraldo, who is an Arsenal fan, said, Arsenal spread out like butter for bread. I never see. I mean, that was so on point. It explained everything. Arsenal had 11 men on the pitch and still had 37% possession. Yes, possession does not win games, but this is Arsenal, and I expect Arsenal to compete. So, all right then. I'm okay with a 4-0 from Liverpool. I want Brighton doing a 4. I want Leeds doing a 6.
All right.
I'm not hear the argument, but they have to have a little bit of, if they want to come back to the standards that they were before when the man named Arsene Wenger was there, they have to be competitive. Big side, liquor side, mediocre side. They have to.
Yes,
They can't just lie down and take a 4-0 from
Well, according to Arsenal fans, big up on yourself, Arsenal fans watching. And I love you guys. I'm like, come on. All right. I mean, they take heart, at least the ones that I spoke to, they took heart knowing that, the clash on the sideline between Mikel Arteta and Jurgen Klopp was something that can infuse in his players this sort of don't back down sort of attitude. But all right, just hear me out. Hear me out.
But listen,
Yes.
madness, it's a no back down attitude from the coach. We don't want to know about those attitude from no coach. We want it from him.
Yes, you want it from the players.
Yes. Side. Listen, I understand what they're saying, but the effort does not give 3 points.
Yes.
And if you go there and you put in the effort, but you're not winning the games, then no. They allowed Liverpool to have 19 shots on goal, and they had only 5.
Big up, Jason.
This is to me, Jason. Jason is one of the Jason stop going, sir, because nobody cuts Arsenal like you.
Jason Frem said you need to stay over Chelsea business and leave Arsenal alone. Because we seems like we're getting a bit of biased commentary from the Chelsea fan, our anti-Arsenal sentiment. Come on.
Actually, no. Because first of all, the stockier Arsenal play, the better it is for us. But even me, I said to Una, I was hoping that Arsenal would beat Liverpool, so Chelsea could have still extend them lead, but no such luck. Them just lie down and take it because them what list? Arsenal, the effort was there, but you guys have to start producing the results.
All right, and we know, so we need to move on to other games that took place this weekend. But one of the sentiment may I try convey. I know so after this some people will try send me an Arsenal fan as an Arsenal fan. But one of the sentiment I'm trying to convey after speaking to many Arsenal fans yesterday, the sentiment is simply this. If you look at Jurgen Klopp and look at what he embodies about his team, he demands a certain level of passion. He runs that sideline. He's intense. They love that about Jurgen Klopp, and they love what they saw, the similarity in Mikel Arteta. I'm not saying that Liverpool is Arsenal. I'm just saying that the Arsenal fans are taking heart in what they saw. All right?
Because the Arsenal fans of me know a war board. Jason Frame said, I'm secretly an Arsenal fan. Absolutely not. Let us put aside that rumor. Let us kill it dead, chop it up, burn it. It's a no for me. I just think Arsenal, what list? Jason says we will get there, no worry yourself. Is it going to be in my lifetime? Or is it going to be in one grandson lifetime, Jason? I just want to know. But listen, the passion is good on the sideline, but we need to see it, transition into points and games won.
Dejan Davids, pick up yourself, family. Dejan said they need to play Martinelli. Martinelli has gotten his run. I think since that injury, that nasty knee injury, I think he suffered 2 nasty injuries. It's been a really struggle for the kid. So Arsenal, all right. Backside. I'm all right. Let's move on to other games. Hey, that took place this weekend in the EPL. Come on, other scores that stood out to you. Big Bad, Stevie G, and Arsenal. And Aston Villa.
Aston Villa.
Yes, Aston Villa defeated Brighton.
So I'm still kind of iffy when it comes to Tyrone Mings. I think he might have like a brain fart now and then, but I keep saying Ollie Watkins is a baller.
Baller. Come on, he deserves a baller on that goal.
Who?
Tyrone Mings.
Yeah, who's that goal? But I'm talking overall. I'm not saying this game.
The effort.
Him turn up for Aston Villa, and I think they took advantage of Brighton's tired legs. Because let us be fair, Brighton was really going at Aston Villa. It was a good game. It was never to what this team. It would have actually be a good game with a song and watch, but whatever. But Brighton was really going toe to toe with Aston Villa, and I think they got tired more to the end because the goals were scored to the end. But Ollie's a baller. Tyrone Mings shows why he's going to be a staple in the national team for a minute because
Ollie as in Ollie Watkins, not Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
No. Tyrone Mings is I think Aston Villa is his level, and I think he's showing why he's a very important player for Aston Villa. The Newcastle and Brentford game was also hot. It ended 3-3. Yes. I I don't know what Ivan Toney waiting on. Ivan Toney, let me tell you, England never call you because I score 100 goals. Too many young people in front of you. Come play for the Reggaeboyz. We'll do well with you up top with Mikel Antonio. So Newcastle Brentford 3-3 was interesting. Burnley Crystal Palace. We're not talking about the only black coach in the Premier League to be kind of clawing his way out, doing well. That was also an interesting game. Wasn't too bad. Wolves versus West Ham wasn't boring, whatever. But that was it. Let me touch on Norwich. Oh my God, Dean Smith. I am so happy for Dean Smith and Norwich getting the win versus Southampton, even though it was a ridiculous game. Pookie is still my baller. Raheem Sterling in his start in a long time. I think he did well enough. For Pep
should have scored that second goal though.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, and then he did something like that. Like, I don't know what he thought. Maybe he thought he was going to go underneath the goalkeeper. He didn't even chip the goalie or anything. So I don't know if he thought he would have rolled underneath the goalie and went in for a goal because he didn't really do anything I don't know. Maybe first touch is Lukaku. I just don't know. But I think he did well enough. Pep didn't sub him, so I think he did well enough to kind of, tell Pep, say, yes, I deserve to be in the starting lineup. Tottenham versus Leeds, I was worried for Spurs and I was worried for Conte because the first half wasn't all that great.
Worried for what? Spurs, what? It's still Spurs.
Because I like Conte. Remember, Conte was a Chelsea, coach, so I like Conte. And then, the fans were booing them, which kind of was deserved. I'm glad Harry Kane didn't score because Harry Kane looked good and Arlo was having a fit for him. I still think that Son is the best footballer on Spurs, was unlucky today. And I think after the first half, I think Conte went inside them and boxed everybody across them fierce, caused two bad words, do something. Because the second half Spurs that came out was a completely different team, and they deserve the 2-1 win over Leeds.
All right, come on, make it fun then.
My side.
Make the fans then get some comments in. Ballchat is for the people and backside.
Yeah, but we talk about the football, so them comment about everything I'm say. Hold a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
Before I forget about my side, Chelsea now. We are leading the chart. We're up top, still nervous, so if we beat Man U next week, hope Man City lose and Liverpool lose. You look a breathing space. Leicester was poor. Brandon in trouble. I think Brendan Rodgers is in a little bit of trouble because Leicester does look a little bit poor. And it's good for Chelsea. What Chelsea is showing to everybody is that they're dangerous because the goals can come from everywhere. Still don't have Lukaku. Timo Werner, absent. Kai, I still think Kai must go play with the U23 because he needs some peanut porridge or something. But the goals are coming from everybody. And I think Rudiger is trying to get more money and Chelsea is saying no. But anybody Russian must find the money from, he needs to re-sign Rudiger because I think he is a very big part of Chelsea. And Captain America score. Obviously score them sliding goal, but we'll take it. So we could have been up 10-0, but we were outside maybe on 7. All right then, go on to your fans.
Well, welcome to the Come On Show, Football Family. Now let's pivot to the fans. Let's see what the fans have to say. Big up Prime Minister. Prime Minister says, come on, I beat and teach this week because Chelsea win. Prime Minister is Manchester United fan. Jason Frame says, secretly, of course, the Herald Haynes says, Arsenal put in a good shift, had some costly errors. Not sure if coach reached the ceiling, but against the big 3 going forward, he will need to get better. Big up Jason Frame. Big up Jason Frame. Dejan Davis says right now, Fikayo Tomori is England's best centre-back. Tomori is a very good player. He's playing at AC Milan. Former Chelsea player. Come on. But the reason why, Dejan, we want to big up Tyrone Mings. I don't know if you guys saw the game yesterday. It was the effort that he did on that goal. The ball was going out of bounds. He was the one who saved it from going out of bounds, played it to his teammate, ran into the box and got the rebound to score the goal. So it's just total effort on that from Tyrone Mings. And Dejan Davis says Chase Scully is basically Burnley with money. What can I insult them, brother?
I insult them. So JC saying, yes, around us, we guys still need a centralized creative and an out and out goal scorer. That not happen. You know why? Because Arsenal does not like to spend money.
All right, let's pivot away from this weekend's action in the EPL and get ready for Champions League coming up this week. Let's take a look at the lay of the land in the Champions League. Group A through C. Big games coming up in Group A. Man City will play PSG. I mean, it's kind of routine. Both of those teams are going to go through. Any groups that has surprised you so far in the Champions League? Villarreal and Manchester United. Manchester United has a big game coming up with Villarreal. Big game. Because in this group, Villarreal, Manchester United sitting on 7 points. Atalanta sitting on 5 points. Manchester United needs something, and Unai Emery is sitting there waiting for them.
I don't know. I don't know, and I think maybe that's why they got rid of Ole, because Champions League is coming up and he thinks he can't carry them any further. Let us see. I just think Villarreal is going to beat Manchester United because Manchester United is wounded, and I just think disjointed.
On Tuesday, we have Bayern versus Dynamo Kiev, Manchester United versus Villarreal, Barcelona versus Benfica. Come on. Big game for Barcelona against Benfica. And Xavi took the helm. We'll talk about Xavi in a second. Or you can get in your thoughts on Barcelona and Xavi right now and what you expect from this Champions League game coming up on Tuesday. Big game for them.
I expect them to get them little but whooped. Though I just the Xavi excitement is just there. I mean, I keep saying it, new coach, same personnel. You may not get different results. Barcelona won 1-0 on a thief-in penalty. Barcelona is my side, and Ronaldo is going to disagree with me. But that was never a penalty that Memphis got and Memphis scored. And we were really, really lucky because the other side got 4 opportunities. We should have been at least 3-1 down. And it was nothing different. The same people he's playing, and I keep saying it, Busquets, Piqué, they are not the answers. They're not anybody's solution. And if he continues to play them, we're going to be in trouble.
So come on, if Benfica defeat Barcelona on Tuesday in the Champions League, then Benfica will be in pole position going in the final match day to go. Are you suggesting that Barcelona won't make it to the knockout round? Because Bayern Munich gone with the group.
Look here, of course.
Okay.
I can. If you watched the game yesterday, there was no improvement.
Okay.
From Coman to Xavi, there was no improvement. The only difference was there was a different coach on the sideline. It was the same rubbish. And they got beaten. The backline got beaten so many times. Going forward, it was difficult. Barcelona have a problem with speed. And why? Because the backline all are slow, the midfield is not. And I just don't understand. So if they get beaten, I think they truly deserve to kind of look into the mirror and say, okay, we need to have different players. I don't think Dani Alves is not even a big. To me, it's not a big coup. It's not a big signing. I think he's probably going to be a player coach or something, but it's not a great revelation. And they're talking about him replacing Dest. Sometimes Barcelona, sure.
Come on, even old Dani Alves is supposed to be better than Dest. I want to ask you about the group of death in Champions League. The Atletico Madrid, AC Milan, Liverpool, and Porto group. Liverpool pretty much ran away with this thing, but Porto is sitting on 5 points. Liverpool is at the helm. I've won 400% record. Sitting with 12 points. Porto 5. Atletico Madrid 4 points. and Milan on a single point. Atletico Madrid is playing Milan on Wednesday. Your thoughts on this game?
Milan, they just played a really hard game where they lost 4-3. I think Atletico will win. I think Atletico maybe a little bit fresher. Their game wasn't as vigorous or rough as AC Milan. And I think Atletico Madrid, I think they're just a little bit better overall in terms of personnel. So I think Atletico will win this match.
Yeah, Milan is competing in the Scudetto. They're tied on points with Napoli in Scudetto. Napoli lost their first game today to Inter Milan. It's hard for this Milan team to compete on different fronts. You know, they don't have the depth. So I expect Atletico to beat them and move forward. Any other games that you're looking forward to in Champions League on Tuesday and Wednesday as big champion football forward? And big up to X-Players. X-Players says, at Dijon, Chelsea live rent-free. You see, a Chelsea man, about him talk about Chelsea is just Burnley with money. Come on, any game that you're looking forward to Tuesday and Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday in Champions League?
I want to see the Man City and PSG game. Man City and PSG game should be fun and exciting. Messi scored his first goal. And I think PSG, you know, I think they've just started to gel, and I think they're saying that Ramos is supposed to be ready or be fit. That would be an added bonus. So I think the Man City and PSG and Man City won today was a really good game. So that's a game that I want to see. What else? Chelsea, Juventus. It's also going to be interesting. I'm going to see if we can compete in different competitions at the high level that we have been playing. We want to see if TT can manage, how is he going to rotate his squad, and if we can still have a stranglehold on being one of the best teams this year.
Yeah, we'll see how that plays. Champions League coming up this Tuesday and Wednesday, big games, match day 5 of 6. Let's pivot away from club football and wrap up with international football, because Ballchat is all about different discussing the week that was in the world of football. Come on, let's take a look. 1 year from today will be the Qatar World Cup will kick off. And just to remind listeners, those who have already qualified, Qatar, of course, the host, Germany, Denmark, Brazil, France, Belgium, Croatia, Spain, Serbia, England, Switzerland, Netherlands, and your Argentina is amongst the qualified teams. Will the Reggaeboyz be in this group? Come on. All right, let's pivot to
these are the times I miss Juna.
Let's pivot to CONCACAF match day 8 results. Just an overview. Reggaeboyz, of course, drew with the USA. Panama defeated El Salvador. Costa Rica defeated Honduras, and Canada defeated Mexico 2-1. The first time in 45 years Canada has defeated Mexico in World Cup qualifiers. Come on, Tapa Whitmore is still at the helm as far as we know. You know, a lot of outlets were reporting that either he's out, as he's on his way out. Michael Ricketts, president of JFF, has rubbish those reports. Come on, your thoughts on the lay of land with the Reggaeboyz and Tapa Whitmore staying going, or we don't know.
I think it's just a formality. The technical committee unanimously voted to get rid of him. I think it's just a formality. We're just waiting on maybe all the T's to be crossed and the I's to be dotted. And I do think he's going to be out. Maybe they're still looking for a coach. So I think he's going to be on his way out.
So yeah, hold on. Is this to remind you of the Mark Ogden tweet about Manchester United earlier? Mark Ogden said, quote, from Manchester United started the process of looking for a coach from the Liverpool defeat, and subsequently it's unbelievable that they don't have a manager lined up. I mean, now to equate that to the Reggaeboyz, shouldn't they have been looking for a coach from when? That it's unimaginable that they don't have somebody lined up.
So who said that they haven't been looking?
Okay.
Remember,
okay.
but remember that there's so many things that kind of prohibit the Reggaeboyz to not good enough coach. First thing is money. Nobody wants to work for free. So if you don't have the money, as the JFF continues to say, then that's going to be an issue. If I'm a coach, a world-renowned coach, a good coach, who's going to take up this crisis for myself, the first thing I'm going to ask you is show me the money. And if you don't have the money, then what? So maybe they're looking, we don't know, but the technical committee, I mean, people just need to read the rules and the bylaws and see that the technical committee already said he got to go. But anyways, Garfield is saying that, of course, Garfield, I'm being honest, Chelsea is the best team right now. I didn't want to say because Bentham, they get jealous. And he says he believes the Reggaeboyz have a very slim chance, currently on the rise, and the ship has settled. I don't even know which football Garfield is watching for the ship has settled. The draw them.
Well, ball around enough. The ball around enough.
I mean, maybe. But USA, them jump over Mexico. So they're now in FIFA ranking. So now they're 12th. And Mexico is 14th. Jamaica, with their 57. No, Costa Rica jump. Canada. Who remember when Canada was way down a gully? Canada is 40th. 4-0. And we are 57.
Yeah, but come on, we don't care about FIFA ranking. Is World Cup qualifier, CONCACAF ranking?
No. We have to care about FIFA ranking because it affects the players who Tapper decides to give cap to and who he's trying to help to get clubs. So
let me correct my statement. The most important thing for me right now is the standing in the CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers. That FIFA ranking stuff over there, so it's all good and well. But right now, Canada is on 16 points. USA is 15. Mexico is 14. Mexico and Panama both sitting on 14 points. Costa Rica on 9 points. Jamaica on 7 points. And El Salvador 6 and Honduras 3. FIFA ranking, yes, it has its significance. But right over here, at the CONCACAF World Cup qualifier standing me a focus.
All right, then, okay. So Canada, USA, and Mexico, I think are going to be the three that will automatically qualify. They would have to have an immense meltdown for anybody to have skip and jump over them. The only thing is that the order in which I just call it, or the order it is in now, may change. That's the only difference. Panama would have to have an epic meltdown, and we would have to go on an epic tier. I'm using the word epic, and this is epic. So Panama has showed we football fans, how it is to claw your way back from the jaws of defeat. We see them do it 2 times in crazy, ridiculous, astounding fashion. So we now, I got sit down now, we the 7 points, Panama double the points, and we, Jamaica fans, think say, we have a up, skip, and jump over Costa Rica and dethrone Panama from that 4th place. Are we crazy? So Garfield is saying that we beat US. Manguania, but yes, we beat USA. Referee the team, but anyways, whatever. If that game had gone to plan, would have been in a better position, but it didn't. And the fact that we are on 7 and Panama double that Panama's on 14, and Panama would have to lose all of the games. They have to lose 2 games.
Yeah, there has to be a meltdown. Yeah. So we need results to go in our favor, and we need to win some games, basically.
Exactly, and that is really rough when we have the destiny in our other people's hands. Panama has showed us that they have grit and they're willing to fight to go to the World Cup again. So it would be great for them back to back. So any we drop out, a Panama may I bring. Let me just say so. And also FIFA changed the way how the fourth place will be decided.
Yes.
So now it's not a home and away game anymore.
It's a single game,
One
right?
player. I hate that. We hate knockout. It's like golden goal foolishness.
Yeah, it's a single game.
But that is also an issue with the fourth place. Because remember, fourth place have to go play off with somebody from the Asia side. Now, most likely Australia, but anyways. I don't we're not the fat lady don't sing yet, but we dig ourselves into a hole, and I don't know. And the fact that Honduras fire them coach, even though them there, and that is so telling. They're basically eliminated. They're out of contention, but yet they thought that the results were not pleasing enough. They didn't like it, and they got rid of the coach. We are better. We are struggling. We still hang on the coach because what? What is it?
Because
versus Japan in a World Cup. Sentimental reasons.
I the only way I can explain it, there are probably some that the contractual stuff or something that's just it don't no logical sense. I can't make sense of it logically.
Money. Hey,
I think there might be a financial issue at play here.
Well, what type of some money? It's about IOU. I mean, like, if
no, man want the money. It's about IOU.
If Papa love Jamaica and JFF, then listen, sorry, this is for the best for the football. Make Papa be technical director for the youth program, for the female program. The female team need a head coach because World Cup qualifications coming up. I mean, like, I don't know. Just like how them remove Jerome Waite, right? Them remove Jerome Waite. They can remove Tapa and put him to a different position. I just don't understand. I know. I don't get it.
I don't understand it. Big up Cash and Red. Cash and Red said 6 wins in a row.
Eh?
Cash and Red, big up yourself. He said 6 wins in a row. Come on.
Who?
I mean, not Jamaica. Who else?
If
not going to say 6 wins for nobody else.
6 wins in a row?
Yeah.
We need 6 wins in a row. You know what? The ball is round. We have one of the best strikers in the English Premier League.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Let's
hey,
see.
I'm one of the best goalkeepers too. So if the goalkeeper can bypass everybody and kick it to the striker, which is what we've been doing all along, and if he can put it to the back of the net, then yes, six wins in a row. It's just unfortunate because we actually beat USA. If you think about it, and that was just so unfortunate. We would have been in a better position. Would have tie with Costa Rica, but Costa Rica would have probably not same position because them I from
yeah, would have tied with them, but we can't say he says. And by the way, Garfield, I want to emphasize that ranking. I was not belittling the importance of ranking. Football family, if anyone gathered that from my statement, I apologize. The FIFA ranking is important. Right now, I just World Cup qualify ranking me a focus panda. Come on, just since we don't see rate Mikel Antonio as a big baller before we go to yard ballers, you get 2 seconds to talk about the wassy goal when him score over there. What a goal.
Which one of them is 2 wassy goal him scored?
No, you might talk about the one against the USA, man. The 30-yarder from that your brethren Zach Stefan, I try score from when?
Hey, yo.
I try steal from when?
That's for sure. Individual effort. I'm like, and when you think about it, there's 2 goals and one score, right? They're individual brilliance. And you sit and you want to say, okay, which one of our other strikers would I even think of doing something like that? None of them. Everybody want to walk up and go right up to the goalie and start it in like whatever. So I think the getting of Mikel Antonio is good, but I just don't think that we have the other personnel around him that allows him to flourish. Yes, we want him to push down a man and score the goal, but where's the ball going to come from? Not every team is going to allow him to kick from so far. And also I want to say about Greg Lee.
Yes.
I love Taxi. I love Taxi, but Greg Lee for start.
Yeah, he had an outstanding
game. I like Alvarez, Liam. I don't know. I want a new coach come in for definitely see how it would be lined up because it's just mad.
I guess let me just say it for you. One would hope a new coach would come in, would play people on merit, on performance, not fronting. Well, you know what? No, I mean, yeah, big up. At the end of the day, we just have to talk honestly, because we saw Alvarez play multiple games and him still do foolishness, but yet he continues to play, and he's not the only one. We're not going to lick a sound against Alvarez, but we just say it where we say it.
Right. So Liam Moore, I mean, yes, he was at fault for the goal on El Salvador. He switch off. But Gregory, you see where him solid. He's like a solid player. Like, why is he on the bench? And then on top of that too, unless Ravel might, well, we see Ravel play 90 minutes to Derby.
Yeah.
So unless Ravel is like a 90 minutes international football player, like, why is he on the enough of on the bench? Because once he comes into the game, the forwards get service and the ball game open up and change. So I don't know. I don't know. So, this is what it is.
So just like you, I agree with you 100%. It would be nice to see somebody who decides to play people based on merit. Just simple. And in a take rocket science for that. Big up yourself, Tapper, but you don't play people for merit. Not playing people for merit. Before we go to yard ballers, come on, we just want to highlight a Jamaican who's doing very good, Robin Fraser. And we forget to big him up. Robin Fraser, in contention for the Coach of the Year in the MLS, has done a magnificent job with Colorado Rapids, have them into the playoffs as one of the top seed. Big job. He's his second year in the head coaching role at Colorado. Excellent job he's doing.
You know what? Yeah, we forgot to talk about him last week when the news came out, and I think Colorado plays. Do they play tonight or is
no? They have a bye. They have a bye.
So they play. Okay, so on Thanksgiving, which is next week, Thursday, yes. Portland, I think. No, Minnesota and Colorado plays. So if you can tune into it.
Yes.
But he has been doing really well. Is he the only black coach in MLS?
You know what? It's hard for me to think of another one. I know the Guardian did.
LAFC, yeah, I think LAFC is trying to hire another one.
Yeah.
But I think he is, and I think Tyrone Marshall is supposed to be second in command. I think they're talking about making him his assistant. So Jamaicans are representing really well in MLS, not in football, but really not. There must be 5 players we have in our MLS. But yeah, so it is really nice to see him flourish. And if you watch MLS, you know that Colorado isn't really one of them high spending, big money side. You know, they're very frugal. But it shows that you don't have to buy the Nandies and the Perlos and whatever to really put together a team. And I'm really focused on youth as well.
Yeah.
So they are doing well, and I'm rooting for Colorado to win.
Yeah,
for him to win Coach of the Year.
Yeah, big up Jamaica and Robin Fraser. So JFF, I not drop lick no sound, but you know have coaches out there of Jamaican background who's more than have the credentials to lead the
Reggaeboyz. Where you want the man, the left America?
No, I not say Robin, I said there are enough Jamaican background coaches out there with the credential to come in and do a thing.
Look here, I just think the recruiting process for players and coaches are terrible. Case in point, the PR guy tweeting, if you want the women's head coach job, apply. Like, what the hell? I mean, like, what?
Yes. Earl Bailey tweeted if whosoever needed. If you want to coach a women's team, apply within. All right, let's get to yard ballers, highlighting Jamaican football because St. Mary's College got kicked up again in Manning Cup. So yard ballers.
First of all, I'm not reporting anything about Manning Cup.
Well, I have the scores. Come on, don't worry.
Well, you talk about the scores because I think they rushed this season of schoolboy football. The quality is poor, and you see it in the results. So I am going to wait until the second round to kind of start highlighting the schools. You know why? It's a drop the ball. You can't have a school like BB Cook play a big school. You can't have a school like St. Mary's College play a big school. And I don't want to say Kerry is correct because I never like to agree with Kerry, but Kerry says they should have implemented tiers. They should have implemented groups because 26-0 is so deflating. And I think they didn't show up for their match with CC. I want to show up either because Conwell Curry was going to give them 100. So yes, I understand where goal difference may have come into play at some point down the road. But come on, I mean, coach, like you could have made your players them the 5 passes before them score a goal. It's just madness. But anyways, whatever. What me say? Washington Spirit won the NWSL Championship, and we had 2 players, 2 reggae girls on that side. Tiny Lou Asher and Sydney Schneider, our goalkeeper. So they beat Courage 2-1 to win the championship. So congrats to my Spirit in DC because Atlanta not have no women's team.
So
and
I think Sydney Schneider, is she still there part of the team?
They're still there, but they're just not getting any playing time.
Okay.
Hopefully they keep them next year. No, so first of all, the goalkeeper where Washington Spirit have, she bad. She bad. Okay. So for Sydney really, she have to get a red card or probably injured or something. The players with them have now are solid. So our players breaking into the squad is kind of, but hey, they're still part of the team. Them still win the championship. Yeah. Liam Bailey came off the bench in a 2-0 win for Aston Villa. Shamar Nicholson came off the bench in a 2-win win for Sporting. Corey Burke and Andre Blake won their playoff game in a fantastic fashion. The young player, he scored a fantastic goal. Corey Burke missed from 6 yards out. He reminded me of Bobby Reed. Right there side, he missed it same way. It was point blank and he missed. Corey if you do better. Work for your finishing. They will now face either Orlando City or Nashville. Javane Brown came off the bench in a 3-1 loss to Sporting. So that's it for them out. So that's all I have for Yard Ballers. Nothing one. As I said, second round, I'll talk about the schoolboy football and I'll talk about players that we need to watch and who we need to highlight. But for now, 26-0 is just not good football. I'm sorry.
Football family, I have the scores. And by the way, Garfield says why the coach has to be Jamaican. We are going, we are head home and we are. I'm not saying that the coach should be Jamaican. It's not a prerequisite. I'm just saying that there are Jamaican coaches out there who you can also look at to run it. One, big up Mannings Drew with Russies.
Insist to talk about like the football. It's a Garfield. Like I touched upon that before Benton go off and talk about the 28-0 side, whatever. The Jamaicans, they tend to support their own. Remember when they were talking about they want to see more local players in the squad? And I think when more local players play, I think more Jamaicans come out. Yes, we all want to win, but I think they want the national team to look like them. No, we don't necessarily want a Jamaican coach. It would be nice to have a coach who is Jamaican to lead a group of Jamaicans. I mean, it would be nice. I mean, like, we would love it. It would be something to be proud of, but it's not a requisite. It's not the only thing that we look for. Only Jamaican coach will work for JFF and them DBT money because there's no way on earth you could have give Bob Bradley $400,000 Jamaican dollars a month to come coach. But him done box up all Ricky to say anyways. So no, we don't only want a Jamaican. Go ahead, Benton, with your schoolboy football.
No, the scores are up, football family. Big up Jamaica College defeated Charles Smith 2-0. And big up to Jamaican Schoolboy Football at JamaicanSchoolboyFootball.com and online at Jamaican_SBF on Twitter for giving the scores. Them on there, the wall-to-wall coverage of schoolboy football, no matter the score. So we have to big them up because they are the ones who have been very diligent in providing the scores. As Camon said, I don't really nothing right now. A time for go my way out still.
But and yes, Garfield, Renee Simmons gave us a foundation that was squandered. And I hope I hope we do better in the future.
Dejan Davis, big up yourself. Said Jamaica players dinosaur CBS that cannot even do proper diagonals or play out from the back. Hey, don't make none of low here, you know.
I don't know matter. I must marry up matter.
Yeah, football family. Link us on social media on Twitter at Ballchat1 and Facebook at Ballchat and Instagram at Ballchat Podcast. Make sure if you subscribe, make sure you like the channel. Share, family. Stay safe in the week and go on, bless up on yourself. Come on, look more now.